Hey beautiful! Today we're making these gorgeous, fresh mason jar rice bowls which are absolutely delicious. They're really simple to put together and they take no time at all to prepare. First, we're going to be making the cilantro lime rice. Start off by pouring 1.5 cups of cold water into a medium-sized saucepan. Then just set it aside for a few moments. Take 1 cup of jasmine rice and rinse it until the water runs clear. Now, if you don't have jasmine rice, don't worry because you could use any other type of rice that you have on hand. Go ahead and add in all of the rice to the saucepan that we just added the water into earlier. And welcome to my channel. If you're new, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already because I post 2 new videos every single week. Now add in 2 teaspoons of salt and finally add 1 bay leaf. Cover the saucepan with a lid and cook over high heat. Once the water has come to a boil, bring the heat down to low and simmer for about 15 to 18 minutes. While the rice is cooking, we're going to move on to preparing the Pico De Gallo, which I love because of how summery and fresh it tastes. Use a knife to cube the tomatoes. You can cut them into smaller or larger pieces depending on preference, but I personally prefer mine to be chunkier, which is why I cut them into larger cubes. You can find my full recipe in the description box below along with metric and standard measurements. Next, slice half a red onion into pieces which are similar to the size of the cut tomatoes. And if you'd like, you could also dice some jalapenos for some heat. Transfer the onions and the tomatoes to a small bowl. Now squeeze in a little bit of lemon juice, about half a teaspoon, and then mix together. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and mix together again. And our final ingredient for this lovely Pico De Gallo is 1 tablespoon of fresh chopped cilantro. So add it in and give it a mix. Once your rice has been cooked, transfer to a bowl and then add the juice of half a lime. Add 3 tablespoons of fresh cilantro. Now add half a teaspoon of salt. You're also supposed to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil or rice bran oil, but I forgot to add it on camera. Fold the ingredients together until the cilantro and salt have been distributed in the rice. Moving on to assembling the mason jars, put a generous layer of the rice that we had prepared earlier, and then put down a layer of black beans. On top of that, add your protein of choice. I'm using plant-based protein, but you could use chicken, beef, or anything else that you would like. Now add some of that beautiful Pico De Gallo that we just prepared. And the fun thing about this recipe is that you can add in any other toppings and veggies to make these rice bowls more to your liking. Finally, add a generous amount of guacamole or mashed avocado and finish it off with a handful of chopped romaine lettuce. Enjoy! And you could either make it into a mason jar or you could put it in a bowl, whichever one that you would prefer. That's it for this week's recipe. It takes no more than half an hour of your time, and these rice bowls are not only beautiful to look at, but they're absolutely delicious as well. Anyway, I'll see you soon and stay safe.